Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Sahanavatu Sahano Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vikvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So yesterday he said Dhritarashtrovacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsava Mamaka Pandavashaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. So in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a Dharmakshetra, it's a place of Dharma, it's a holy place of Dharma. Samveta Itsvaha, people who have grouped together for having a fight, for fighting a battle, for waging a war, desiring to wage a war. Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva, our own people and the people of Pandu. Kim Akurvata Sanjaya, what did they do? So that is the question. Now from here, the real Gita Gudartha Deepika, that starts. Because he named it Gita Gudartha Deepika. Giving you the secret message based on the Bhashya also, that teaching of Bhagavan. So he says, Tatra Dhritarashtrovacha. It starts with Dhritarashtrovacha. So from there we have to start. That's the logical thing. So Dhritarashtrovacha. Who says Dhritarashtrovacha? Suddenly this fellow comes, this Dhritarashtra comes into picture and says Dhritarashtrovacha. Who says Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra said. Who is that? Who is saying that Dhritarashtra says? Dhritarashtra says so. So he says Tatra Dhritarashtrovacha iti Vaishampayana Vakyam Janamejam Prati. To this person called Janamejaya, Vaishampayana says this story. So there is this war which is going on. This war is covered by some channel which is seen by this Sanjaya in his house, and that whatever he is seeing in his internet mobile phone or in his TV, whatever he is seeing, that in fact is seen by someone, which is this Vaishampayana. Vaishampayana is seeing those things and he is saying, okay, they are here. Now this fellow is telling to that fellow. Commentary inside a commentary. He says, Jru Janamejaya, he says this. Pandavanam Jaya Karanam Bahuvidam Purum Akarnya Swaputra Rajya Brahmshad Vitaha Dhritarashtraha Papracha Swaputra Jaya Karanam Ashamsam. No. Pandavanam Jaya Karanam Bahuvidam Purum Akarnya. After hearing about, Akarnya means after hearing. Purvam, earlier. About what? Pandavanam Jaya Karanam, the cause for Jaya Karanam, the cause for victory of Pandavas. Bahuvidam, in many ways, not just in one way. See, Pandavas, they have all these 5 brothers, very great people, and they are supported by so many people. They'll name each one of them here. So, and over and above, they have Krishna by their side. So, in this way, there are so many plus points to Pandavas group. So, after hearing that there are so many reasons for them to gain the victory, it's like a pre-poll survey. So, before this election, they do this pre-poll survey. Similarly, here, there is a survey which was taken. And in that survey, we see Pandava gaining victory. That's how it's seen in paper. So, he says, Swaputra Rajya Brahmshad. In paper means not in newspaper. On the paper, it is very clear that Pandavas will win. Now, therefore, Swaputra Rajya Brahmshad Bhitaha, he is afraid. Bhitaha, he is afraid. Afraid of what? Rajya Brahmshad, of losing the kingdom. Who losing the kingdom? Swaputra, his own son losing the kingdom. Dhritarashtraha, this father Dhritarashtraha, Papracha, he is asking this question. Swaputra Jayakaranam Ashamsan, having this doubt about a possibility of victory for his son. Why will this doubt be there? For that he says, Yutsavaha Yodhimichavopi Santaha, because he is asking what are they doing? Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. Oh Sanjaya, please tell me what are they doing in this battlefield? They have come, they are grouped here to fight a war. wage a war, desiring to wage a war, they are grouped. And that's a question, that's a very silly question. What are they doing? They are not here to play cricket. They are here to wage a war. And after coming to the battlefield for fighting a war, they will not do anything silly like playing Ludo. So, he says, Yutsavaha, Yodhumichvapi Santaha. Though they have the desire, Yutsavaha means Yodhumicha, Yutsa. Yutsavaha means people who have the desire to fight, who have the desire to wage a war. Yudham, Yodhum, Ichavahopi. Though they are desirous of having a war, Santaha. Kurukshetre Samavetaha, Sangataha, Mamakaha, Madiyaha, Duryodhanadeha. Pandavascha, Yudhishthiradeha. So, in the Kurukshetra, Samavetaha, people who have come together. Sangataha means who have grouped together, who have come together. Madiya, Mamakaha. Mamakaha means my own people. Madiyaha, my own people. Pandava, Duryodhanadeha, like Duryodhana, etc. Pandavascha, Pandu's sons. Yudhishthira, etc. Kim Akurvata, Kim Kritavanta. What did they do? What are they doing? What did they do? Why? Because Kim Purvam Udbhuta Yutsa Anusarena Yuddhameva Kritavantaha Uta Kenachit Nimittena Yutsa Nivritya Anyadeva Kinchita Kritavantaha. The question I am asking is because as desired by them, did they wage a war, or because of some reason or other they quit waging a war and they started doing something else? What happened? Why is this question? I have reasons for this kinds of doubt. Why? He says, Bhishma Arjunadi Veera Purusha Nimittam Dushtavayam Yutsa Nivruttikaram Prasiddhameva. See, on one side we have Bhishma, on the other side we have Arjuna. Oh, Bhishma is there. How can we gain victory over Bhishma? Fearing this, there can be a possibility of fear in Arjuna, etc., Pandus. And seeing Arjuna, there can be a possibility of fear in the Duryodhana side. So, because of this Drishtavayam, this is called as Drishtavayam, a fear which you can see, perceivable fear. So, for this reason, okay, why should we fight? After having this fear, you will not enter fight. You will say, okay, let us just quit this war. No, why do you have to wage a war? We will start thinking logically, in quotes, only after having this fear. So he says, or Adrishtavayam, there is another fear which is of unknown, that which cannot be perceived. So, Darshaitu Maha, that Adrishtavaya, that fear of unknown, or that fear which is non-perceivable, that fear, to show that he says Dharma Kshetra iti. Dharmasya Purvam Avidyamanasya Utpattehe Vidyamanasya cha Vruddhehe Nimittam Sasyaiva Kshetram Yad Kurukshetram Sarva Shruti Smruti Prasiddham. Okay. So he says this Dharma Kshetra. What is this Dharma Kshetra? He says Purvam Avidyamanasya Utpattehe Vidyamanasya cha Vruddhehe. If you don't have Dharma earlier, you don't have any punya, fine, you go to this Dharma Kshetra, this place called Dharma Kshetra, you will gain enough punya. You already have punya, no problem. Still, if you go to this Dharma Kshetra, your punya will grow in abundance. It's a beautiful place. Even today, you can go to Kurukshetra. It's a nice place, very close to this Delhi, not far away from Delhi, 3-4 hours from Delhi, probably 3 hours, 4 hours, max 3 hours. So Yamuna Nagar, from before right side you take Yamuna Nagar, left side you have to, after crossing Panipat, Sonipat, etc., you have to go to Kurukshetra. So this Kurukshetra, now we have 2 ponds. It's a bigger pond, huge pond, cannot be called as a pond, kind of. So like in South Indian temples we have this place for bathing, a constructed place for bathing. Similarly, there is a tank. We call this tank there. So there is a tank, a big, huge tank. One is a moon tank. The other is sun tank. So Chandra Kunda, Surya Kunda, they call it in Hindi. So this sun tank, it's a very huge place. It's like 1-2 kilometers each side. So you go around, you have a good walk. 4 kilometers at least. You will have a good walk. So the like in South Indian temples, you have tank bearing place. Similarly here too, this tank has steps, staircases to enter the tank. They are all made in good red stone. And you climb out of the tank. There is a open area for around 20 feet or something, 15-20 feet. And then there are pillars. And that's where the room starts. That's not the room, that veranda area of the room. So you have veranda for some 10 feet. And then a little raised plinth, which is room, which is divided into 10 feet cross 12-15 feet something. Length 15 and the width is 10. So in this way, we have separations and kind of rooms which are not closed, they are open rooms. So anyone can stay there for any number of days without any trouble. The only problem is on the days of solar or lunar eclipse or some special day program, they will ask you to vacate, because that's for commoners, for common people to change their dress, etc. So we can stay there for any number of days without any permission from anyone. There are so many people who stay there permanently. On these occasional days, they will leave their place and come back again to the same place. There are many people staying there permanently. So that Kurukshetra, Sarva Shruti, Smriti Prasiddham, it's very famous in Shruti, Smriti, etc. That Kurukshetra, Sasyeva Kshetram, Kurukshetram, like you have a land for growing your seeds, growing your grains. Similarly, this is a land which helps you to grow your dharma. Brahaspati Ruvacha Yajnavalkyam. To Yajnavalkya, Brahaspati says in Jabala Shrutehe, in Jabala Shruti. What does he say? Yadanu Kurukshetram Devanam Deva Sajanam Deva Yajanam Sarvesham Bhutanam Brahma Sadanam. He says, Iti Jabala Shruti. In Jabala Shruti, Brahaspati tells Yajnavalkya, Yad Anu Kurukshetram, that which is Kurukshetra, what is that place? Devanam Devajanam. It is a place of sacrifice for the Devas. And for the human beings, Sarvesham Bhutanam, for all the beings, Brahma Sadanam. It's a place for gaining the Brahman, for gaining the self. Kurukshetram Vaideva Janamite Shataparta Shuteshchan. In Shataparta Brahmana, it is said Kurukshetra is definitely a place of worship for Devas, a place of sacrifice for Devas. Tasmin Gataha Pandavaha. Purvameva dharmikaha yadi pakshadvaya himsa nimittad adharmat bhitaha nivarteran tataha praptarajya matputraha. So now we have two groups. One is Pandavaha, the other is Mamakaha, my own people, and Pandavas. And Pandavas are basically good people. That is why he says Tasmin Gataha Pandavaha. In that place, in that Kurukshetra, in that kind of Kurukshetra, which is very famous in Vedas, that Kurukshetra, Pandavas, who Purvameva Dharmikaha, they are basically people who are very good hearted, kind people, good people. So people with enough dharma. Yadi pakshadvaya himsa nimittad adharmat bhitaha. If they are afraid of the himsa, so you are going to wage a war. In that battle, you are going to lose people. You are going to kill people. From in your side, you are going to lose people who are going to get killed, or they'll become handicapped, etc. In the other group also, the same situation is there. So there is this fear of himsa. So you are going to trouble more people, a lot of people. Fearing this, kadachit nivarteran, bhitaha nivarteran, they quit this war. Tataha praptarajya eva matputra. Then my sons, my people, my sons, they will gain the rajya. They will not lose their kingdom. They have already, because these fellows have left the war field, so they would have gained their kingdom. Now, athava, there is another possibility. Why not your son run away from? Okay, yes, I see that possibility also, he says. Athava, dharma kshetra mahatmyena papanamapi matputranam kadachita chitta prasada syatara cha te anutaptaha kapata upatam rajyam pandavebhya yedi dadyuhu tarhi vinapi yuddham hata eveti swaputra rajya labhe pandava rajya alabhe cha dridataram upayam apashyatah mahanudvegaha eva prashna bijam. Athva, there is another possibility. What is that? Dharma kshetra mahatmyana, because of this Kurukshetra, which is very famous for being a place for, holy place for dharma, because of its great name and fame, that quality, yadi papana api matputram, though my sons are great sinners, though they have great amount of vice, still kadachit chitta prasada syat, because of entering into this holy place, maybe for some reason or other they get some grace. Like when I was traveling from Delhi to Mumbai in flight, and I was sitting on the window, and in the middle seat there was a Sardar who was sitting. So when this Sardars basically they love non-vegetarian food, okay, and when this air hostess, she was asking, sir, vegetarian, non-vegetarian? The Sardar, without even blinking, he said, I am sitting next to a holy man, let me take vegetarian. So he ordered for a vegetarian food. His reason was, I am sitting next to a holy man. He was asking a lot of questions, for which I was giving him answer. Now he is seeing that and he says, I am sitting next to a holy man, let me have a vegetarian food. Now similarly, these people, they are basically sinners. They don't have any good things in them, but still after entering in this place, probably their minds are changed because of the grace of that area. So chitta prasada syat, because of that grace, some change of heart if they have, tadachate anutaptaha, because of that they become tormented. Then kapata upatam rajyam pandavebhya yedi dadyuhu, this kingdom which they have gained by tricking them, kapata, by tricking them, by playing mean games. Therefore, yedi dadyuhu, if they return that back, tarhi vinapi yuddham hata eveti. So, even without a war, they have lost it. So, if those fellows run away, even without a war, they have won the kingdom. If our fellows run away without fighting a war, then they have lost even without the battle starting. So, iti eviti, so putra rajya labhe pandava rajya alabhecha. So in this way, the victory or the gaining the kingdom for their own sons, or the Pandavas losing the battle, for that he does not see any reason. Dhritarashtra does not see any reason for the victory of his sons, or the non-victory or losing of the Pandavas. Therefore, dridataram upayam apashyatah, since he does not see any reason very clearly for this kind of situation. Therefore, maha udvegaha eva prashna bejaha, he is so much troubled, and that trouble is the cause for this kind of question. Now, sanjayiti iti sambodhanam ragadveshadi doshat samyag jitavanasiti krutva nirvyajameva kathaniyam tvaya iti suchanartham. So now he is calling him Sanjaya. See, he is calling him by name. That is a different issue. He's calling him Sanjaya. That's a different issue. He's calling him by name. Okay, you could have said, okay, brother, tell me. Or, sir, tell me. Okay, dear, tell me. Oh. Hello, sir. Hello. Oh. Something. He may not have to, there is no reason for him to take his name. Here? Okay, tell. That's enough. Kathaya, kima kurvata, tat kathaya, enough. What happened? You tell me. What did they do? Tell me. He could have ordered. Instead of that, he is saying Sanjaya. That's a important thing. How is it important? Calling a name, how can it be important? Because this is a technique which is used in other places also. When Arjuna wants to get something done through Krishna, he'll call him with beautiful names. And same way, Krishna wants to taunt or tell him something when he has to listen, then he will use different names. Like he says Prithu, Parthiva, Prithu, son. Prithu means Kunti's son. Klaibyam asmagatah gamah Partha. Hey Partha, don't become a eunuch. Klaibyam means eunuch. Don't become a eunuch. Don't act like an eunuch. Now, that is to tell him that he says Partha. He does not call him Arjuna. Partha. Partha means Prithu's son. You are son of this lady, so don't behave like that. Now, another. Arjuna. Jnana agni sarva karmani basmasal kurute tata. There he says Arjuna jnana agni sarva karmani basmasal kurute. So each place he uses different name, Mahanubhava, etc. to make him understand you are that kind of person. So you understand this. Here also he is referring to him by the name Sanjaya. Why Sanjaya? He says iti sambodhanam. This kind of he is addressing him like this because ragadveshadi doshan samyak jitavan asiti krutva. Sanjaya means samyak jayati iti, one who has gained victory over whom? Not these enemies of desire, hatred, etc. One who can stand as a judge without taking sides. So he says, therefore, nirvyajameva, without any kind of cunningness. Kathaniyam tvaya iti suchanartha. You have to tell me all that. When you are commenting upon it, don't add some masala into it. Like there are people who, see, I have seen a commentator who was commenting for India-West Indies match. And this commentator loves West Indies. Though he is an Indian and he is commenting for Indian channel, but still he loves West Indies. He says West Indies has this group, this person, they are very good. This is how they are good. This is the weakness of the Indian team. In this way, he'll talk about the drawbacks of Indian team and the best part of West Indies team. Though he is commenting, he is taking sides. So now, by calling him Sanjaya, he says, he reminds him not to take sides. I know you love Pandavas, still don't take sides. You are not that kind of person. Now, Mamaka Pandavas Shaiva, he is referring to Mamaka Pandavas Shaiva, my own people and Pandava. Why did he say that? He says, Mamakaha kima kurvata iti etavata eva prashna nirvahe Pandavascha iti pratak nirdishya Pandaveshu mamakara bhava pradarshneena tad droham avipyanakti. So, the question could be very easy. Mamaka kima kurvata. What did our people do? Even when it is left like that, the question is complete. What did our people do? Our people, whom do you mean? Okay, my sons and this Pandu's sons. My sons and Pandu's sons. They are all my people, okay? My own blood. So, he didn't feel that. That is why he says, my own people and those who are not my own people. That is why he is referring to Pandavas as Pandu's sons. The others, Pandavas, Arjuna, Yudhishthira, etc. as others, Pandavas. So that's why he says, Prashna Nirvahe Pandavashyati Prataknadashya. In this way, when the question is complete, our people, enough. My own people, that is enough. But he is adding Pandava also. That is to show Pandaveshu Mamakara Pratashnena. To show that he does not have any identification, attachment to Pandavas. And that also leads to another conclusion, which is a Tadadroham Abhivinakti. He is showing what kind of cunningness he has. Droha. He is just cheating them. He does not have any love for them. Okay? So it says, Evam Kripa Loka Vyavahara Netrabhyam Api Heenataya Mahatavandasya Putra Snehamatra Abhi Nivishtasya Dhritarashtrasya Prashne Vidita Abhiprayasya Sanjayasya Ati Dharmikasya Prativachanam Avatarayati Vaishampayana. Vaishampayana is presenting the answer of Sanjaya. We'll see that. He says, Evam, in this way, Kripa Loka Vyavahara Bhyam, Vyavahara Netra Bhyam. There are two eyes. See, this Dhritarashtra we already saw is given a psychological boost by giving the name of Dhritarashtra, one who holds on to the, one who holds the kingdom. But still, he is not a king. So, he is given a psychological boost by giving that name. Now here, he is not just blind physically. He says, Kripa Loka Vyavahar Netrabhyam. These two eyes, one is of Kripa, one is of compassion, the other is Loka Vyavahara, the transaction of the world. So, these two eyes he lacks. Heenataya, he lacks these two eyes also. These two vision also. Eyes means vision, these two visions also. Therefore, Mahato Andasya, he is completely blinded. And Putra Sneha Matra Abhinishtasya, he is completely sold out in the sense of attachment to the sons. Duryodhana, etc. So, Dhritarashtra, for that Dhritarashtra, Prashne Vidita Abhiprayasya. So, that Dhritarashtra, whatever idea, purport he had behind the question, that question, this idea behind that question, Abhiprayasya, Sanjayasya, Atidharmikasya. So, Vidita Abhiprayasya, he understood. Who? Sanjaya. He understood. And Sanjaya, what kind of Sanjaya is? Atidharmikasya, a person who is completely based on dharma. A very dharmic man. So, that kind of person, his answer, Prativachanam, his answer, Avatarayati Vaishampayana. Vaishampayana presents his answer. Sanjaya Uvacha. That's the call of Vaishampana. Vaishampana says, Sanjaya says now. What does he say? Sanjaya Uvacha Drishtva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyupasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. Drishtva tu Pandava Anikam Vyudham Duryodhanaha Tada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. Drishtva tu. Drishtva. After perceiving, after seeing. Tu, definitely. Pandava Anikam. Pandava, the opponents, Pandu's family. Anikam means the battalion. Vyudham, in a beautiful form. They have formed a good kind of a design. Vyuha means it's a kind of a war design where you are making this arrangement. It's an arrangement. You are making this arrangement so that you are able to prevent erosion from your side, meaning the opponent entering your side, and you are able to attack them. So it's a beautiful arrangement, game plan. So that plan, Vyudha is that game plan, that war plan, that war design, Duryodhanastada, Drishtva, Duryodhana Drishtva. After seeing that, tada, after that, Acharyam Upasangamya, Acharyam, the teacher, the Guru, Upasangamya, he is the head now. So Acharyam Upasangamya, Acharya after going to the Guru, and Upasangamya, Upa means Samipe, Sangamya means Gamulru Gadav Dhatu, nicely going in front of him. He goes to his place, where the Acharya is. Raja Vachanam Abravit, he being a king, because he is referred to as a king. So first he said Duryodhana, then now he said, no, I am talking about the king Duryodhana. Raja Vachanam Abravit, that king Duryodhana, he says so. What did he say? He will see that. Now he says, Tatra Pandavana Drishtabhaya Sambhavana api nasti. Adrishtabhayam tu Bhrantya Arjunasya Utpannam Bhagato Upashamitamiti Pandavanam Utkarshastu Shabdena Yogyotite. That too, definitely, we said definitely, but still it has a different meaning. What does it say? Pandavanam Drishtabhaya Sambhavana api nasti. For Pandava, Drishtabhaya, the fear of seeing people in the enemy camp, there is nothing to fear for them. There is no possibility of that kind of fear. And Adrishtabhayam, the fear of unknown, the fear of that which is that which is possibly created by that place, that also is not possible. Why? Bhrantya Arjunasya Utpannam. Though Arjuna gained that kind of confusion, still Bhagavata Upashamitamiti, Bhagavan completely destroyed it and clarified it. He removed that doubt. Therefore, that kind of fear. Therefore, Pandavanam Utkarshaha, Pandavas are great. They are now in a higher plane in this war. They have better edge in this war. That is shown with this word called tu. Okay. Now, so putra kruta rajya prapti pratyarpana shankayatu ma glasiti rajanam toshetum duryodhana daushtyam eva prathamataho varnayati drishtva iti. Now, not daushtram, it's daushtyam. Okay. Now he says, so putra kruta rajya Pratyarpana Shankayatu. There is another doubt he had. Okay, maybe my son, he probably surrendered the kingdom, whatever kingdom they wanted, the village or some piece of land, some piece of place, something, a small part of kingdom, something. Maybe my son, because of fear of known and unknown, probably he gave it back. That too, Maglasiti don't have that kind of idea. And because of that kind of idea, don't be troubled. Glasihi means don't be in pain. Rajanam toshetam. And to not just say that, don't be worried. Glasi, worry. Don't be worried. And not just that, to make him happy, Duryodhana daushtyam eva prathamato varnayati. He is showing Duryodhana's daushtyam, dushtasya bhava, dushta bhava daushtyam, means his meanness. Daushtyam means meanness. He is showing his meanness first. Duryodhana's meanness. How? Drishtva iti. What does he say? Pandu Sutanam Anikam Sainyam Vyudham Vyuharachanaya Drishtadimnadvihi Stapitam Drishtva. So Pandu Suta Anikam. Pandava means Pandu Suta, sons of Pandu. Anikam means Sainyam. Anikam means the war group, the battalion. After seeing that, Vyudham Vyuharachanaya. Vyudham means Vyuharachanaya. Vyuharachanaya means the war design. Whatever way they have arranged their battalion. Now, Drishtadimnadhi Stapitam, which is arranged by this Drishtadimna, etc. Drishtva. Seeing means Chakshusha Jnana Vishikritya. After perceiving is through his own eyes and understanding. Tada Sangrama Udyamakale Acharyam. Now, Sangrama Udyama Kale, now this war is about to begin. At that point of time, Acharyam, to the Acharya, to the Guru, who? Drona Namanam. The one who is referred to as Drona. Now, instead of Acharyam Vachanam Abravit, instead of saying Acharyam, he could have very well Drishtva Pandava Nikam Yudham Duryodhanasta Acharyam Upasangamya Drona Upasangamya. He could have said Drona Upasangamya. Sanjay himself could have said Drona Upasangamya. But he said Rajanam Acharyam Upasangamya. Why did he say that? Because there is a statement which says, there's a shloka in Sanskrit, and this is the idea behind that shloka. He says, the shloka says, Atmanama Gurur Nama Atikrapanasya cha Shreyah Kamo na Graniya Jeshtaputra Kalatrasya cha. Atmanama, one's own name. Gurur Nama, the name of the Guru, Acharya. Nama Atikrapanasya cha, the name of a very mean person, bad person. Shreyah Kamaha Nagraniya, the person who desires to gain greatness should not take. Not just these people name. Jeshtaputra, name of the first son, and Kalatrasya, name of spouse, husband or wife, whichever. So one should not take names directly when they are referring to these people. So this is why he didn't take name of Dronacharya. He respects, he follows Dharma. We already saw Sanjay as a dharmic man. So he says, Dronam, Drona Namanam, the person, Acharya, whose name is Dronacharya, Drona. Who is he? Dhanurvidya Sampradaya Pravartitaram. A person who took forward this lineage of this practice of Dhanurvidya. Dhanurvidya, Dhanuh means bow arrow. So, the teaching of the bow arrow. It's not just that. Dhanurvidya is the vidya of the knowledge of war. Everything that is included in war will be taught there. And he is not chosen to be a teacher to Pandavas and Kauravas just like that. There is a situation, they were searching, they were in search of an Acharya. At that point of time, this Drona happened to be there. How? He had a king who was a friend, a colleague in his Gurukula, in the place where he studied, where this Drona studied. He was a faculty there. At that point of time, they promised, okay, whenever you need a help, I'll be there for you. Now, Drona, being a Brahmin, he didn't have too much of wealth, and his son was crying. So what he did is, his wife told, your friend is the king, so go and ask him. When he goes to the king for asking for a cow to feed his son, this milk, cow's milk, he ill-treats him, he mistreats him, and he sends him back without giving any cow. This was hurting too much. And Drona was coming back with this hurt. At that point of time, these people were playing with a ball. Now this ball fell inside this well. They were worried and they were troubled. They didn't know, these Kauravas and Pandavas, they were kids. They didn't know how to bring that ball out. At that point of time, Drona came, he took this kusha grass, a bunch of kusha grass, and he threw each one atop the other, made a straight line which is connected to that ball, and he pulled that ball with that grass. Now, after seeing the expertise in the expertise of Drona, the way he was able to throw one kusha grass on the other to connect it, to pierce it, these people were too much attracted, and they told their elders this story, and he was summoned and he was given this position of teaching these people. That is how he became Acharya. Now, Acharyam Upasangamya. Upasangamya means we said he went close to them. Swayameva tat samipam gatva natu swasamipe tam ahuya. He didn't call him, because Duryodhana, though he is a student, he is a king now. He can have that ego. And he can tell, okay, bring me that person, that Dronacharya, bring me. But he didn't call him. This is not out of respect. This is out of fear. He goes to him. Etena Pandava Sainya Darshna Janitam Bhayam Suchyate. He is making it very clear. With this, he running to the Guru. That very clearly shows he is afraid of the battalion which he sees of the Pandavas. Bhayena Swarakshanartham. We will see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.